Life is short, but most people spend it like they have infinite time. The average person lives just 30,000 days. If you are 30 years old, you have already used up 11,000 of those days. They are gone, and they are never coming back. We spend our workdays dreaming about our free time. Yet when the evening finally arrives, we completely waste it. We end up mindlessly scrolling, watching random videos, or just sitting there feeling too exhausted to do anything meaningful. We constantly tell ourselves we will do what matters someday, but someday is a dangerous word that tricks you into thinking you have all the time in the world. Why do we exhaust ourselves before we even start pursuing what actually matters? The brutal truth is that we mistakenly focus on time management when what we desperately need is energy management. Your brain and your body are the power plants of your evening. Your brain has a strictly finite amount of decision-making power each day. Every single trivial choice you make from the moment you wake up, what to wear, what to eat, when to exercise, takes precious energy. This phenomenon is known as decision fatigue. By the time your workday concludes, your decision-making muscles are literally exhausted. Because your mental energy is running so low, your rational mind surrenders. You might think you just need more willpower, but willpower is exactly like a muscle. It gets tired. Instead of doing deep, meaningful work or connecting with loved ones, you reach for your screen. Your phone and laptop act as energy vampires, quietly but aggressively draining your remaining evening potential. We trick ourselves into believing that scrolling through social media is a form of recovery, but it is essentially junk food for your brain. Social media, busy work, and constant digital distractions systematically steal your attention from the priorities that truly matter. This digital consumption feeds into a psychological trap called time blindness. Remember when you were a kid and a single summer day felt like an entire week? This wasn't magic. Your brain measures time by recording new experiences, and as a child, everything was entirely new. As an adult, however, your routines, the same breakfast, the same commute, the same streaming shows, make your days blur together. Your brain literally skips recording these moments because it is trapped in its comfort zone. Because of this blindness, we constantly overestimate what we can accomplish in a single day, while massively underestimating what we can achieve in a year. We spend our lives majoring in minor things. The 80-20 life principle dictates that 20% of your activities create 80% of your results, and 20% of your habits create 80% of your problems. Most of what you do every day is waste. You could effectively cut 80% of your efforts and barely even notice. Instead of maximizing that vital 20%, we spend our exhausted evenings running on perfectly functioning habit loops with terrible rewards. We feel stressed, we check our phones for a dopamine hit, and we cement our own exhaustion. How do you stop this cycle? How do you reclaim your remaining days? It begins with a fundamental mindset shift. Stop viewing your evening as borrowed time from tomorrow. Your evening is not an energy debt you are paying. It is a critical investment you are making into tomorrow's energy reserves. To bypass evening exhaustion, you must utilize the decision elimination strategy. Because your mental energy is depleted by nightfall, eliminate every possible decision in advance by laying out tomorrow's clothes, pre-planning your meals, and setting up your morning space. Successful people actively protect their energy for decisions that actually matter by standardizing their wardrobes and eating the exact same breakfast. Next, you must build a bridge between your work and your personal life. Execute a shutdown ritual every day. When you finish working, simply stand up, take 3 deep breaths, and physically close your laptop. This is not just a cute habit, it is a vital psychological trigger that explicitly tells your brain that work mode is off. Once work is done, structure your remaining time using the 90-minute evening block system. Neuroscience shows that your brain naturally operates in 90-minute focus cycles. Instead of viewing your evening as one overwhelming chunk of free time, break it into power blocks. A recovery block for pure decompression, a growth block for learning or movement, and a connection block for quality time with the people you love. Use reverse scheduling. Determine exactly when you want to go to sleep, and then build these blocks backward from that exact time. Furthermore, honor your natural physical rhythms. Your energy naturally dips from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., rises again from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., and gradually descends afterward to prepare for sleep. Work with this curve, not against it. To truly reclaim your focus, you must build an absolute fortress against digital vampires. Technology should serve your evening, not steal it. Try a technique called app mortality. Every single evening, delete one app from your phone. 90% of the time, you won't even remember which app it was the next day. Digital minimalism is not about pretending it's 1985. It is about choosing exactly 3 essential apps for your evening and treating everything else as the digital noise it is. Enforce the analog hour. 1 hour before bed, your devices go to sleep in a completely different room. Transform your bedroom into a sanctuary rather than a satellite office. Your brain cannot distinguish between the artificial light from your screens and high noon sunlight. Staring at screens until midnight destroys your body's ability to transition into rest. Create physical screen life separation by keeping your charger in the kitchen and relying on a real alarm clock instead of your phone. Whenever you feel the magnetic pull to waste your evening, administer the deathbed test. Imagine yourself at 90 years old, reflecting back on your life choices. Will you care about that extra hour you spent at the office or the thousands of hours you spent mindlessly scrolling? No. You will only care about the time you spent with your family and the deep connections you forged. Suddenly, your true priorities become crystal clear. To enforce this, use the to-list strategy. Write down absolutely everything you want to achieve, circle the top 3 items, and permanently relegate everything else to your avoid list. Knowing exactly what not to do is infinitely more valuable than knowing what to do. You might think that transforming your life requires massive, exhausting leaps. It doesn't. It relies entirely on the compound effect. A mere 1% daily improvement equates to an incredible 3,178% yearly improvement. Reading just 10 pages daily compounds to 12 entire books a year. Exercising for just 15 minutes daily transforms your physical baseline. These tiny daily investments in the right priorities multiply exponentially. But beware, this mathematical law is completely impartial and works in reverse as well. Small, negative habits, like scrolling away your evening or skipping your routines, repeated daily, will carve a significant downward trajectory in your life. Small choices appear meaningless until they suddenly dictate your entire reality. Your life is not a passive event that simply happens to you. It is a portfolio of experiences that you must actively design. Every single evening, activity you choose either builds or drains your life's finite energy. The paradox of effort teaches us that the harder you try to force happiness, the more it eludes you. Instead, you must focus on systems, not goals. Set your boundaries, manage your energy, and the results will handle themselves. Remember, time will pass whether you use it wisely or not. You are not discovering a predetermined destiny. You are actively building it, choice by choice, habit by habit, and day by day. Your habits become your days become your years, and your years become your life. You have 30,000 days. Do not wait for someday. Pick one tiny change, test it today, and take your evening back. The best time to start living fully isn't tomorrow. It is right now.